Good morning, everyone. Just get that back a little bit. There we go. Now, I have this more translucent handmade paper out of the album, and I thought I would see how easily it tears, and it tears really easily, and I can have a nice soft edge with it rather than a straight, harsh edge. So I thought I might like to make a few little page ruffles. I'm just using the ruler as a guideline to rip it against. And we'll see how they turn out. So that's how it goes, and I quite like that. So I'm just going to rip a few strips so I can join them together, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've done a few of those. There's what? Probably 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And they're about 2 inches, thereabouts. And what I'm going to do is just ruffle them up under the sewing machine. So as I put it in the sewing machine, I'm going to just go like that, so it all ruffles up. I'm not going to pleat it because I don't want that perfect looking ruffle. I want, a little bit haphazard. But what I'm going to do is I've got this gorgeous lace from Crafty Me Shop, and I'm going to stitch that down the center of it as I go along and see how that looks. So hopefully it'll work out nicely. Probably only need enough for a couple of pages, which is about there. I may need more of this as well, but I could do a little bit extra just for tag toppers as well, so maybe I'll take it to there. I'll cut that off and see how I go. Perhaps I'll just do one continual long strip, find out which is the right and wrong way on this one. That's the right way there. Okay. Okay, so I'll be back once I've done that. So I started doing that, and I don't like the stitch line going through the lace at all. I don't like the look of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch the paper by itself and then glue the lace on the top. And I might move it over a little bit as well. I think it detracts from the pretty lace, having that stitch line go through it in this particular case. Not always. I can live with it sometimes, but I don't like it on this. So I'm just going to take the stitching out, and then I'll do the same, but then glue the lace over the top once I've finished. And I will need more strips, because look how small that is now that it's scrunched up. All right, I didn't have to add any more to it. It turned out quite all right. That's what it looks like. And I think it looks nice and soft. So, it could go nicely on the edge of a page or the tops of tags and things like that. And then I will just glue this lovely lace on top of it like that, and I think that will be pretty. So let's do that. And if I wanted to shorten it a bit, it's just a matter of ripping it. So it's quite good. Just using some craft glue for this, because it's basically all I have left these days. So I'm just putting a bead of glue across the stitching there. Like that. I think that will be pretty. So I'll go ahead and a little bit fiddly, but it's fine. I'll go ahead and glue the rest of that on, and then I'll be back. Alright, that's done. Just got a couple of threads to cut off there. So they will make some nice ruffled page edges. Like I said, all I have to do is, you know, if it's a bit wonky or a bit too long in some areas, I just rip the little bits off the end and it's fine. Same you can do with tissue paper as well. I just wanted to try this, and I love the soft edges. I think they're really pretty. So that's that, and I just, as I was doing that, I had a thought that I'd like to try. I wonder if I could make a couple of flowers. I can try. Maybe not quite as wide. I'll just try one and see how it goes. You see how sometimes when you're making one thing, it can lead to making other things as well. Okay. So I'll probably need... that one's a bit big. Okay, let's try this. I probably need a circle to start with. That one might be too small. We'll try. Let's get a scrap of paper. Let's see how we go. See how we go with that. Okay. Like I could stitch it and just pull it up. That might be easier. Or you can glue it on here and just plait it around like that. I might try stitching it first and see what that looks like. Okay, so I put a large stitch in there. My fingers are sticky now. might work. I'm going to just tie those together. Yeah, that should be alright. And again, oh, I just pulled that out. That was silly, wasn't it? Oh, it'll hold it there for a minute. That's the main thing. Why did I do that? Will it be worth it? It's rather fiddly. Probably easier if my fingers weren't a little bit sticky as well. Now I can trim all those off so they're out of the way. Like that. And before the glue dries completely, just fiddle with it a bit. Might be best to use a bit of the same colour paper as the paper it's going on. Like that way, when you put it on, it kind of disappears. But if it's not quite the same, the circle might stand out a little bit. So that one's not too bad. That will probably be fine on some tea-stained paper. Do I have a piece? I've got a little piece here. See how that will kind of disappear? But had it been the same colour as the actual paper, it would disappear even more. So that's something to keep in mind. And then on there, oh, they're a bit big, those. I think. Yeah, they're too big. Need something in the middle, don't we? Too big and too small, those ones. So we'll go back to these and see if these might work. Something like that. But what about go back into my tin of loveliness. Let's put that over there, that over there. This out of the way. And if I've just got a bit of lace I can stick under. Although, look, there's another one of those beaded flowers, which would look, oh, it's so pretty, isn't it? See, that's perfect from there, but I don't know if I've got any more of those. They wouldn't have to be the same. I can still use little flowers with a bit of lace under it. See, it came from this gorgeous lace here, and I just don't know if I've got that left. But if I stumble across any more in here, I will use them because they're lovely. But I was thinking more or less, oh, I have to go wake my husband up. It's time. I was just thinking about a little bit of corded lace or something to go under it. Oh, it's the same. I wonder if I could just cut a circle out of that. Although everything will fall off it if I do that. There's also, not that I can find it now, the last couple of days I've found it. Oh, it's purple. Oh, here we go. Here's one I can use as well. There's a flower there. I could use that on one of them as well. I'll cut those little straggly bits off maybe. So there are options. So I think I'll go ahead and make some more of these flowers and find some nice little bits to put in the centre. What's that? To put in the centre of them. Okay, so I'll do that and then I will come back. Okay, so they're finished. I've just put this paper down here so you can see them because they disappeared on the marbled paper. So that's the first one there. And I've just stitched, you can see the stitches. I've just stitched some pearls in the centre. That's just a little flower off one of the Crafty Me Shop laces. I haven't even glued that. Okay, this one just needs gluing on the back. And I think this was actually an applique piece. It wasn't I don't think it was a trim. I think it was an applique piece. It was so pretty with all the tiny little sequins and things. Okay, so that's that one there. Then there's that one there. And I did use tea-stained paper on these. So once I put them on a tea-stained page, the paper actually kind of disappears, so you don't see that circle. And then lastly, I used one of the little fabric flowers and stitched a pearl in the centre of that one as well. And I'm quite pleased with how they've turned out, although you do see the circles there. You see how you can see that circle? But once you do that, it does disappear. So keep that in mind. So we've made flowers today and our lovely ruffle as well. So I'm quite happy with that. I think the journal's going to be quite pretty when I get the chance to put it together. So I hope you've enjoyed that little tutorial for today. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you probably tomorrow. Tomorrow I get to go and buy some photocopy paper, so I'll be able to tea stain my papers and start putting the journal together. So that'll give me more of an idea of what I want in it. So, oh, and these little pearls, they're from my little tray here, and they're all the pearls that, you know, I might remove from the Crafty Me Shop laces and things like that as needed, or sometimes they fall off. So I put them over there, and so I'm reusing them in other things. So Thank you for joining me. Bye.